back, folks, to what might be the most fairlicious and yet delicious in to an exciting three-part game, which took me 3 days to do, and trying to do it in less time than it took me to play it. Pookie SE7 here. And my spider sense is tingling. So I figured what I'm doing for this time around, since it's very early for me to do this, I'm going to do this run in one go. Because I usually take a break and usually look through my videos, my recordings rather. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do this in one go. Damn you, Spacely! You drove George Jetson to an early grave, but you're not going to drive me to an early grave. I can see why they wouldn't let the women sprites be in it. Condoning no violence to females. The 90s. How well remember. How sucky they were. Even in video games. Well, that works for me. Good night, everybody. No, really, it's not over. Although, it might be pretty soon. Like maybe, say in an hour from now. Or less. So now we're going through the factory, from the outside to the factory, which will ultimately lead us to our next boss battle. Which happens to be that green alien thing, which I will belovedly call him the Snot Monster. Or the retarded stepbrother of Dowsing. And no disrespect to anybody who is from India. I love you people so much. I knew it. I actually knew the last school principal that almost got me a job was very fond of me. And, you know, he cared about the school. you know, like I say, he cared about the school, but something happened, which to this day has never been recorded as to what happened. And I don't know. They just didn't like the guy, and the rest is history. I mean, he was nice. Very, very nice. And he has such high hopes for me. Oh well. Moving on, I'm no longer working at that place. Why? Because simply, I just moved on. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And even if some people are trying to influence me to become a teacher, I'd never become a teacher. Really, I'd never become a teacher. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love kids, but I just don't see myself doing that for like what hours. Too much, just too much. But anyway, moving on. We're about moments away from facing our next boss battle, which happens to be that retarded green alien that looked like Zangief's retarded stepbrother. And he's going to break our fall, like so. Of course, strategy here. Stay to the ground and attack his knees. That means do a lot of crawling, especially with the Kamaitachi because he has range, speed, and of course, multi-hits. And of course, take care of all the bad guys that try to sneak up on you. And when he jumps out the way, crawl over to him. Basically, just smack the piss out of him. I mean, since you're right there, you know. You can also do this. Or this. I find the step kick very enjoyable. Because he will move towards you, but by slight. And with that, if it gets too hairy, which most likely it will get too hairy, but really, toss him over your head! Overload. And with that, we are at the final stretch, the final stage. So, the question is, where am I going to go from here? Well, wouldn't you like to know? And you will know right after I'm fully charged. And I'll be right back with the exciting conclusion of the Ninja Wars again. Please stay tuned.